He is.
How do you feel?
Stop coming. And he's cruising for a reason. Do you think?
Well, I mean, the show's polarizing, and some. I mean, I think the obvious thing that he did wrong was try to kill Rick and take his wife and kid. That's no excuse. But he thinks that he really believes that if he doesn't do that, they're going to die because Rick's incompetent. So even though I land on Rick's side, I do see. And one of the things I like about the show is it's polarizing.
Yeah,
you know?
that's right. Exactly.
But Shane's added so much this season, and I thought it was a great arc and came to a really awesome crescendo. And I'm kind of glad actually that part of the story's over. We don't have to deal with Rick for Shane anymore.
Now all we have to deal with is the giant zombie horde.
But Shane will be missed, and I hope the show's still great without that conflict and tension that he provided all season.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're absolutely right. They're going. I mean, they're going to have conflict anyways.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to have a hard time finding.
Okay, so we move on.
Yeah.
Let's go for it.
Attention shoppers, Deadcast Top 5 in 5, 4, 3, 2.
All
right, so first off, I gave it 4 out of 5 brains.
I gave it, this is my first time I ever gave episode 5 out of 5.
This was your favorite episode?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we were rating episodes in the first season because I really like the first episode a lot. I might give that one a 5 too.
Yeah, that was a good
But I was trying to think, what am I going to rate this? And I would watch twice, and second time I'm like, there's pretty much nothing about this I don't like.
Yeah,
You know, it's great. So, right, more like that.
All right, I'm going to you start with
Okay.
5.
My number 5 is Rick's eulogy.
Yeah.
I just love this scene. It had Rick giving this speech, which he speechifies way too much, but this one worked. You know, maybe it's because I really like Dale and it was about Dale. But also, it was kind of like, all right, like inspirational. And, you know, it's like, we got to stop feeling sorry for ourselves and make, you know, be proactive, make ourselves safe. And then it was intercut with them killing the zombies.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, yeah, let's start kicking ass. It just worked so well. All the elements put together. It was everything The Walking Dead is great. It's like this meaningfulness mixed with the glee of killing zombies.
Yeah, exactly. A really moving. It happens to be my number 5 too, the intro. The juxtaposition of Rick's eulogy for Dale, super moving, and the voiceover of that layered over the 4 zombie hunters and the really incredibly grim task they have ahead of them, finding and killing zombies. Yeah, it's funny though. It seems to me that at one point they're kicking the zombie, the dead zombie on the ground.
They were going random on his ass.
They were going random on his ass. And at that point, Rick's voiceover was saying, we're coming together as a group, we're proven not broken. And there they are, just wailing on the zombie, kind of proving that they are broken.
And also, he's talking about, you know, okay, we're going to honor Dale. That's, you know, we're going to do it his way. That's how we're going to honor him. But then he's sort of saying, we're going to kick ass and take no names. It didn't quite go with what Dale was really all about. Right. We should think first.
Right, exactly.
So yeah, it was a little bit discordant if I can do that.
Yeah,
and also, but you know, I liked that they were. Well, I can understand them doing that. And it made me think, yeah, that could be one reason why you think Randall's doing that, because maybe his family got killed by zombies, and they're obviously really frustrated and taking everything out on zombies. That's my 5.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, your number 4.
My number 4 is just how Dale's death affected things. You know, they really made a point to show that this was a turning point.
Yes.
Like Lori hit her talk with Shane. That was because she realized, oh crap, everybody's dying. I better say what needs to be said because I might not be around much longer. That's what the sense I got.
Really?
So she said, when Sophia died, I thought, you know, we would heal and move on. But now Dale's dead, and I realized it's real. And then she started kind of softening, and so
I thought she was baiting him because she had you know, warned Rick just a week. Who knows how many days in Walking Dead time it was. She was just warning Rick what a psycho Shane is, and then she goes up to Shane and kind of baiting him and saying, "Baby might be yours. I don't know who the daddy is. I'm really, really sorry." I thought it was unbelievably dumb for her to do that because it kind of fired up Shane to do the climatic scene at the end. And maybe she meant that. Maybe she meant to sort of antagonize him into acting so that he would have to be taken down.
If she did, the actress didn't play it that way.
Maybe she's such a great actress that she fooled you.
Usually on TV they'll do something to clue you in that that's going on.
It was so weird and kind of out of character. As soon as she apologized and as soon as she was trying to make a peace with him, though, I did say, "Oh my God, he's fried."
Yeah, he's like, because she kind of gave that she opened her for a second, and she goes, "I'm really sorry, bye," and kind of turned off. Sorry about that. Wait, more about Dale. You know, Andrew and Glenn scene by the RV made me really sad when they had the RV and Andrew's kind of staring at it, you know, with full emotion. And Rick saying they're going to honor Dale by doing it his way, I thought that was a little bit like, well, does it really count if you're told to do it by the leader, you know? I mean, you want to choose it. I do think that Glenn in particular feels like maybe he made a mistake by saying they should kill Randall.
Yeah,
I mean, he at least feels bad that he
let
Dale down right before he died.
Right.
And then finally Rick giving Carl a gun. I thought, okay, they're not really going to argue about whether to give Carl a gun anymore. They think he needs a gun because Carl can have a normal childhood in this world.
Oh, it's really sad. Yeah, unbelievably sad. One of the things I like about the show is I like the little moments. I tend not always. I kind of tend to pick tiny little moments in the show that I really enjoy, and that they always seem to make a top 5 list. And the little moment that I like was Rick and Herschel walking. Rick says to Herschel that Shane is turning over a new leaf, and Herschel gives him the best "Are you effing kidding me?" look. And we actually stopped and replayed that. I watched it a couple times. I'm like, oh my God, check out the look on Herschel's face by that for a second. And Rick is such a Pollyanna about Shane. No, he's turning over a new leaf. No, he's not. No. So anyway, I like that moment.
Yeah, I thought that's pretty funny. So my number 3 is just Rick stepping up, and I think I've had this on my list before, but this time it really felt like Rick was finally acting totally like comic book Rick, where he's in charge, he's being methodical, he's giving orders, but in a way that can be respected.
Right.
You know, it's like people, oh yes, finally we're fortifying the farmhouse. Duh, shouldn't be doing this weeks ago.
We're moving in, we're not camping anymore.
Yeah. And then you know, he killed Shane, and it felt like it had to be done at this point because he has already given Shane chances to not try to steal his wife.
He never chose. Shane had a gun pointed right at him, and he outsmarted Shane. You know.
Although I'm surprised that I mean, he could have just shot Shane right there when Shane stuck his gun in his pants, and he's like, "See, when you do anything now," and then Richard would have just went, "Bam."
Yeah, that's true. He could have done that way. Yeah, I like the whole stabbing thing. I like stabbing.
Yeah, stabbing's nice.
Okay. T-Dog speaks finally. He has 3 lines. Not and
yeah, I was gonna be all crowded in here real quick.
No.
Yeah, I look like he's trying to get the couch.
Yeah, exactly. But he also said he offered to take the room. He's like, you and if Lori and Herschel were banding about who, Herschel's offering the room to Lori, and she's turning it down, and I was like, I'll take it. And also he had a great line when he's opening the barn lock. He says, "Hey, Governor Carl, you're off the hook."
Oh, when Email said he should shout out to the governor, I didn't know what he was talking about.
That's a shout out. And by the way, did it seem to you like a whole road trip, the Randall road trip, seemed like a bad idea? Like take him away this time 100 miles, not just 14 miles.
No, because
or whatever it was.
they were so stupid the last time. Like, why go hang out in an area where there's all these obstacles around and fight, you know? It seems like in that area, what little zombies they've seen, it would be fairly easy to take Randall 80 miles down the road and just drop him outside the road.
I think that if they do that, Randall, it just, I mean, as you pointed out, any beagle can find its way home. No problem. So Randall, who's from that area, is going to be like, I know exactly how to get back. There's no fact there's an car right here.
Or he's going to die, which then means it's pointless. And you're right, and I never thought that if they really do suspect that he's a danger, that dropping him off was a good idea. I thought they should just handcuff him and not tie his mouth and eyes so he can't see or talk. I was like, God, why do you have to be so cruel to this kid?
Just
handcuff him with a post somewhere, somewhere take it free. And, throw him free straps every now and then.
You suggested that on Facebook. I love that.
That's a good idea, though. And just try to see over a week or so, maybe 2 weeks, whether or not he actually seems to be looking into his eyes, is there soul there. And if there's not after 2 weeks, then maybe shoot him or whatever, But even anytime you know somebody, especially if you don't treat him like crap like that, it seems like based on what we've seen, my intuition is that they would have found out he was actually a bad guy. And at that point, then I would be much more okay with them doing it.
Do you think, given what he said, that means that the mystery is solved? That in fact, when it seemed like Shane's gonna go with him, and he says, "Oh, great, you're gonna love the guys. They're completely wild. And did that seem like at that point he's a bad guy?
That seemed like the dial went way more overpointed towards bad guy, but still not all the way over.
No, I agree.
Yeah, if I heard that and I was trying to make the decision, it would be a lot harder.
Right.
Then some people listening are going, "What would it take, guys? Thanks
for rating it. We pre-written it for you. Yours, number 2.
Okay, the cinematic quality in this was very good, I thought. And sometimes when they do cinematic stuff, I think it's cool, but maybe it doesn't quite fit. Like I know people liked when they did the Randall cam when he was in the trunk.
Yeah.
And I just thought that's kind of cool, but it doesn't. I don't know why they're doing that. It seems almost distracting to me. But here when they have like Carl and Rick sitting in the barn loft, the camera you see the silhouette, and Rick has his arm around Carl, or Shane's up in the windmill and they do the down view to see Lori looking at him. That's really artistic shot. Most of all, when Shane and Rick are out in the field.
Oh, and they pull back and it's the Shane, Rick in the moon.
Yeah, it was a very dramatic shot that would have seemed like overkill for any other shot because it was Shane and Rick's final standoff. It was perfect.
Yes.
Then all the zombies coming over the hill at the end. Oh my God, I can see a really good looking zombie in there. It looks like.
It's majestic. That actually was mine too. Yeah, I loved it. I'm gonna ask a question. Since you talked about it, but since you talked about, how did Rick figure out that when he got to the field with Shane in the pre-moon that Shane intended to kill him?
Because he was thinking about it, and he even said it. He's like, the door wasn't broken out of. Shane, Randall's a little guy. He just started putting it all
All
together.
together. And how did that lead into Shane's gonna kill me?
Because he thought, okay, if the guy didn't really attack Shane and Shane just made it look like it, then what is he up to?
Right.
Why are we out here in the middle of the night looking for him?
Right. Why are you pointing that gun at me?
Yeah, he just figured it out.
I thought it was a really a very intense scene too. After Rick kills him and Andrew Lincoln hit out of the park when he yells, "That was you, not me. You did this to us." It was really moving. I love that scene. That was my number two. What's your
My number one is Shane. I felt actually sadder than I thought when Shane, now that I'm realizing he's not going to be on the show anymore.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm
Not
really
me.
miss that.
Not me. So done with Shane.
And I thought he was great, like especially when he went to see Randall in the first place. He kind of like he was maybe going to shoot him in the head right there. There's just so much intensity to that scene, and the whole thing with him out in the field and snapping his neck. And
Oh yeah.
I just
I love that they didn't show the next snapping.
Yeah,
I love
that was
that. And then he bashes his nose into a tree. Yeah, that's great.
And next season, we have an antagonist coming. I won't spoil it too much because we don't usually have spoilers in this section, but there's an antagonist coming. And, from the comic. And I hope that even though in the comic he's much more of an obvious antagonist than Shane is, that they still try to make him relatable like they did with Shane.
Right,
Not
yeah.
totally just an evil mustachioed bad guy.
Right. It's only more interesting than the complex.
Oh yeah, and I let's see, do I have it on here? Yeah, so I'm kind of bummed that we didn't get John Bernthal on the show, but we did get his zombie sound, and here it is. And I just thought it was pretty funny that Rick didn't hear that. I just have a kid pointing a gun at you.
Right, which is actually my number one. That moment was my number one for the week. So Carl kills the zombie Shane. And did you think? My question for you is: at first, was Carl pointing the gun at Rick?
Yeah, I did think that, and I wonder were we not supposed to think that, but I think he started pointing the gun before Shane got up.
I know.
So
Which
he must have
makes me think
been.
he's pointing at his
Yeah,
dad.
so he's a little psycho.
Yeah, he's at least having a hard time right now. And by the way, good shot.
Gracie says, Jason, what did you think about John Zombie? I thought it needed work. I'll send an email to his agent and tell her that. But I think I thought again, just like with Amy, that his zombie reminded me of Amy's in a way that we haven't really, that I haven't felt with other zombies. Not even Sophia so much, where they want to make him really look like their character, but yet so they don't quite look like zombies. That's not really his walk though. I don't really remember. I don't know. He had a similar, like John Bernthal has definite mannerisms.
Yeah.
Kind of moves a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think the zombie kind of had a little bit.
Yeah, which makes sense. Your zombie would be sort of a reflection of you. So I have instead of notes this week, I have awards I'd like to give out.
Let me do my notes and then you can do yours. I didn't end on it. Okay. So
You're not blended together.
no, then you go.
Okay, well, my number one, my award for Negligent Parent of the Year award, is actually Negligent Parents of the Year award, goes to Journal, please. Lori and Rick. Lori for her complete inability to keep track of her kid in the middle of zombie apocalypse, and Rick for also not keeping track of Carl, and for giving a kid a gun.
A stolen gun.
There, I've said. I've made my piece.
I think you did the right thing. You should ask Daryl.
He still gets my award.
Yeah, well deserved.
Okay, my zombie kill of the week. You must have an award for that too. My zombie kill of the week is Andrea showing her badassness. Putting pitchfork through the zombie chin.
Yeah, I think you did a couple of them.
She is a badass, not just a gun. Yeah, I just love her. My inexplicable decision award goes to Glenn for not sleeping in the newsroom. Has he seen Lauren Cohen? Has he seen her?
Come on, man.
Like, really? That beautiful farmer's daughter?
This is twice in a row, 2 episodes in a row. I don't think Glenn's actions are believable.
I say he stays with the farmer's daughter. I'm going to put that as a blindfold on Randall in the barn. Silly. But that's what he signed the barn. Yeah. Base last night award goes to AMC for the Mad Men commercial comparing it to The Walking Dead. And at the very end, they said, everyone on Mad Men, everyone drinks like Herschel used to. It's awesome. And that was it.
Cool. So I thought it was cool that Glenn kind of did the heavy work over Daryl with Zombie Randall. I don't know if you'd say he saved Daryl's life, but Daryl kind of got tripped up and Glenn had to step in. That was cool.
Yeah.
I thought the scene with Lori and Shane reconciling actually took it at face value and thought it was great. But I thought, okay, well, they're doing, if you had any doubt whether Shane was going to live or not, you can kiss him goodbye now because they're resolving.
Right.
I thought it was cool that Carl was finally able to shoot a zombie.
And did it at a long distance and
Yeah.
was really accurate headshot. Good for him.
Yeah, because last week when he was aiming at that swamp zombie, he got real close and he was like moving the gun all around.
You gotta keep it still, kid. When you're fighting your uncle, keep it still.
So it seems clear that people zombify no matter what now.
Right.
Whether you're bitten or not.
It's like a
clear.
virus.
Mhm.
You know what they're
I do, and there's an interview Kirkman said they're going to reveal definitively what Dinner said next episode. So we won't give the zombie gun away yet because apparently they'll confirm it. So maybe we'll be surprised. I think that's what they're
I
going to
think you're right.
say. Let's see.
But you know what? I have a question about that. Real quick. Somebody else mentioned that you've seen dead people before who aren't zombies,
Yeah,
who don't have a headshot.
and I think that might just be a plot hole.
Nitpicking, yeah, okay.
I think somebody on Twitter, maybe it was Lemzar, said their brains got boiled in the heat.
Oh, let's see. And also, can I just ask? So Randall has neck snapped. We know that for sure. But he got back up in zombie form. So apparently, when you're paralyzed and your neck snapped in your human form, in your zombie form, you can shamble and that's totally fine. And does that mean that people in wheelchairs get up and walk around? Maybe I'm asking
You're asking me questions. Yeah, those are the kind of things that are like, okay, I mean, in my opinion, it's okay to think about, but their second level,
Yeah.
like, the most important thing is the dead rising and it's scary and they're going to eat you. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
And that's impossible. So if you start getting into it,
Yeah,
you realize
that's
it's impossible and you can't explain it.
Right.
It's something aliens, right? I don't know about that. So this is kind of when I was thinking how some people want more action in the show, but one of the things I like about it is it's about regular people. Rick and Shane are cops, and Daryl's this like clumsy badass. But otherwise we have a pizza delivery guy, a civil rights lawyer, housewife, a farmer / veterinarian, and people like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they're just everyday people. They're not Navy SEAls, and that makes the show more relatable. I think it's harder to write for because when you have people whose job it is to get into action situations, then it's easier, right? But these are just regular people. That's why we get a lot of kind of stuff.
Right.
But it's scary too because they don't have as good defense. And it's fun to see them harden. I mean, not fun, but interesting.
Yes.
And then couple more things. When Rick is trying to convince Carl to take the gun, he says, I wish I had something more profound to say. My father was good like that, which I like that line.
Yeah.
But didn't you just give a really beautiful moving eulogy for Dale early on the show? So he's like, it's just my kid. I'm not gonna or I thought maybe T-Bag wrote the eulogy for him. And then in that scene, he says, he's something like, I wish you could have a childhood that I had. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
That
It's very sad. Everybody wants the childhood they had, or a better version of childhood they had for their kid.
Apparently Rick wasn't killing zombies as a boy.
No, it's like catching frogs.
So we'll do some listener top 5 later in the feedback section, but right now I'm going to move on to the news.
Yes,
Okay?
yeah.
Okay. This is from Simblane.com. Facebook is about to be invaded by zombies. Eyes Wide Games, AMC, and Rock You team up to create a social game based on Walking Dead and will be running next month. Your objective in the Walking Dead social game is to stay alive. You and your Facebook friends must establish a camp and defend it from the walkers. You'll scavenge resources, complete missions, and unique characters from the TV show. Which to me, I hate this kind of thing, but I want to report on it because you guys like it. Because I know I totally get sucked in and then I not do other things I need to do. So I'm going to stay far away from that.
Are you?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Hi, AMC. Next, Kirkman said in an interview that already said this. We'll find out next episode what Jen was to Rick. All this pretty obvious. He also said, well, the finale is probably our biggest episode so far, complete and utter chaos.
Sounds right.
Yeah. From a TV Guide interview with Lori Holden, who plays Andrea, how does the group handle the death of Dale? She says, obviously the death of Dale is very hard on Andrea as it is on Glenn, with anybody else in the group. There's a lot of guilt and a lot of regret. She wasn't particularly easy on him for quite some time, and Andrea wasn't in a very good headspace. When Dale passes, every move that Andrea makes from that point forward is about honoring Dale, and that means being a leader, having a stronger moral compass, being compassionate, and really lending her hand more so than she would have before. I remember distinctly for the rest of the season everything that I did before every scene. I thought, Andrea, you must honor Dale. And if there was ever a caption to describe Andrea's headspace, that is it. That was nice.
That's really nice.
Maybe she'll be more like, because you like her. I mean, I know you stood by her.
Yeah, I actually do more now. I mean, it's not off. I mean, you mean Dale, I have time with it.
Yeah.
But now, yeah.
Okay, cool. There was a great interview with Robert Kirkman on Entertainment Weekly. I'm going to read a few questions. Shane, of course, also dies early on in the comic book version of The Walking Dead. When you were initially working up the show, did you always have in your mind that he was doomed? He says, to a certain extent. We knew from the time cast on Bernthal that Shane was eventually going to die that we were going to eventually follow the storyline from the comic. Frank actually planned to do it at the end of the first season, before he knew the first season was going to be 6 episodes.
Wow.
Once the show was given 6 episode order, it was decided that we would hold Shane's death for the second season, but from the very first day of planning the second season, it was mapped out that Shane would be kicking the bucket at the end of the season. Behind the scenes stuff. Wouldn't survivors have discovered before this point that everyone becomes a zombie when they're dead, whether they've been bitten or not? And I think they would, but he says, well, this is their process. This is showing how they found this out. They clearly haven't been in a situation where they discovered that. This is them learning that. So no.
No, I mean, have they? I don't think
Well, they spent a lot of time when Rick was in a coma, just surrounded by the apocalypse happening. So you think that they would do one thing. Well, some people might see people like rising from graves, maybe, you know,
Right.
or people in hospitals.
It's not easy rising from grave.
No, but people in hospitals
Yeah.
who are at morgues. But maybe these guys just wouldn't have seen that. Yeah.
And if you see that, you just think, oh, zombie. You don't think,
Yeah.
they're
Unless you're in the morgue. Yeah.
organically created zombie.
I guess so, yeah.
Yes, unless you're in the morgue.
Both Shane and Rick told Carl that Dale's death was not his fault, which is what any reasonable adult would do. But Dale's death was totally Carl's fault, right? He says, yes, it kind of was. And that's something we'll definitely be dealing with him having the nerve to shoot Shane when he saw Shane Shane, someone he loved as a zombie, coming after Rick. That's something he may not be able to do if he hadn't caused Dale to the episode before. So there's things like that that are going to be happening, and this is definitely going to be a big thing for Carl to deal with over the next season, assuming he doesn't die. Next is his last one. The show has occasionally featured flashback sequences. Possibly we might see Dale and Shane again. He says possibly. There's nothing like that plan, but we love Jeffrey Munn, we love John Bernthal, and it's an unfortunate thing story dictated that they had to be taken out of the show. But we miss those guys, and we'll be trying to figure out a way to work them back in the show in some kind of flashback kind of nature. Same with Emmabelle and all the other actors we lost in the show. Those will bring people back for fun stuff like that.
Except that they're working on other shows right now.
Yeah, they don't want anything to do with you guys. That's the news. We'll take a break. There's more. Don't stay with us. Okay, we're back. It's time for listener moans, groans, and grunts. So this week I think we got more email than we've ever had, and we don't have time to fit it all in. I wish we could read them all, but maybe we'll read at least some of them in a future episode. You know, we might do another episode where we just get listener feedback or something. So
That'd be fun.
yeah.
I like
So
that.
these first few are from last week's episode.
And this first one comes from Danny Miller, who we just interviewed. He says, had a lot of fun on the show, hope I did well. Knew the whole thing, but I hope I didn't screw up the show too much. Oh my god, Daniel, you're so funny, you're great. Again, thanks for having me on, as I had a blast. Was a little out of it because like 10 minutes before you called, my boy at the shop told me a package came from K&D, as I've been waiting on this package for many weeks. Here's an image from the gift from Greg, my very own walker. Oh my god,
Gross.
that is awesome. Can we post that picture?
Yeah.
That you'll see the thing that distracted Danny just 10 minutes before our. By the way, Danny, you did not sound distracted. You sounded great.
Right on point. This is from STL Brass Monkey. Which I don't know. Why is everyone worried about this kid telling the other group about the farm? Season 2.1, they left how to get to the farm in a car on the highway, just in case Sophia came back. I think you have some point there. I guess it was more important for them to try and find Sophia than it was to worry about the risk of some bad person finding them.
Well, also, these are not just bad people. These are bad people two of whom they killed.
Yeah.
And so these are 30 people who are pissed off at them for killing and maybe out for revenge. So they don't have the crazy revenge people in their farm.
Well, I think it's kind of funny too how it seems like this farm is like a bad cave or something. It's really hard to find.
Yeah.
But it seems like if you just go around, you probably find it.
Exactly. This next one's from Still Alive Dale. I see a spin-off coming. Follow me on this. A young lad, Carl Grimes, Peter Parker, lets the bad guy, zombie Robert, get away, and the bad guy, zombie Robert turned carjacker, kills the family member Dale, Uncle Ben. Young lad must now rid the world of bad guys because he didn't when he had the chance. Carl Grimes, zombie hunter.
I think that's good. Except Carl says he never wants to have anything to do with a gun ever again, so he hasn't quite learned his Peter Parker lesson. I don't think.
I don't know. He shot the gun like he meant to.
That's true. Wait, he said he didn't want the gun, yet he had the gun.
Because remember, Rick gave it to him.
Oh,
Okay,
that's right.
it's time to man out. Take
So
this
you're
gun.
saying Rick should not have done that?
No,
zombies should have eaten Rick?
no, because if following on this,
Alright.
if Carl had stayed home with Lori
Staying home?
where he belonged,
Okay.
Rick would have been looking at Shane and seen his transformation, and then they would pop him in the head. Done. And he could have done it quietly, and that way all the Walker army wouldn't have come out of the woods. Just saying.
They would have stayed up the trees.
Yes.
Okay,
Wherever they're hiding,
this one
they're zombie
is from Gus. Great podcast on Walking Dead. Here's my favorite ideas. Thanks. I want to bring up something that's been bugging me a bit about this otherwise great show. What can explain the virtual absence of T-Dog this season? What's going on with that? I just rewatched season 1 and I recommend others do the same. One reason to do so is to reacquaint themselves with T-Dog. He's such a great character, especially in episodes 2 through 4, and Irene Singleton plays him so well. The character's earnestness, common sense, and bravery really added something to that first season. That was in the different Airbond regime. Now that he's gone and the writers almost all new for the season, seemingly want nothing to do with T-Dog. He's the only character from the main cast that hasn't had an arc this season. The only one. Even Maggie's sister and Tony, the overweight rapist, have had more interesting things to say. T-Dog's disappearance can't be due to the fact that this character is inherently uninteresting. Check out season 1 writers and producer. That shows you just how good the character can be. I never would have had Mary ask this question before, but after 12 episodes of season 2, I must query. Could it be that the producers or writers of Walking Dead are afraid to write for T-Dog? That is, are they somehow unconfident in their ability to write dialogue for an African American character? They falsely believe there's a need to make him sound a certain way. First of all, if that's the case, couldn't they just write his dialogue in a generic manner and let Mr. Ironside interpret it in a way that's true to his character? I know these questions sound ridiculous, but in fact, his absence has really gotten ridiculous. His silence this year is inexplicable and now borders on ludicrous. Let me just say, I totally agree that I thought he was great in the first season, and I really like the way Ernie played his character, just kind of everyman type of guy.
Yeah.
And number 2, we just interviewed Glenn Zara and we asked him about this, so I'm not even going to answer it. Just listen to the Glenn Zara interview and you'll hear your answer to that.
And thanks for writing
Okay,
this. Yeah, that's great. This next one, Kurt. Dale's worried about the rule of law. Sorry if the dead come back to life and start eating people. Never mind the rule of law. The law of reality uncertainty just shifted, and it's not in the living's favor. New world, new rules. Dale's wanting to hold on to something that quite frankly doesn't exist anymore. It is what got him killed. Adapt or die. Shane's figured it out. I'd like to rewatch the series and see how many more people would be alive if they followed Shane from the beginning. Huh, Kurt.
It wouldn't be Rick.
Yeah, that's right. Rick would be gone.
Maybe everybody would be alive. It's very possible.
Rewatch it and let us know. Thanks, Ray.
From JV, I got my 18-month-old son doing a zombie noise recorded on my phone.
Oh,
The zombie noise. It's like, no.
I love how people surprise you.
that's so good.
Oh my God.
Everybody looks
I think
really.
Nico and Ethan together.
Oh. That's so cute. This next one, thank you, JD. That made my day. Thanks, Eden. This next one, Patrick. Love the cast this week. Danny Miller was a great guest. Completely agree. What would Dale do? I hope that happens because if it does, the group will be broken.
Yeah, picture of either Dale who's getting out or just a snap.
Maybe better.
This is from Gilbert. So zombie has a freshly gutted cow to itself and it's still attacking Dale. Does this mean that A, zombies have a penchant for human flesh? Zombies seem to prefer horse meat over Rick in season 1, or B, zombies are now apex predators that prefer to hunt their food. Thoughts? I think it was Grace or somebody who posited that the zombie was eating the cow and the cow kind of got away from it, but then it fell over and the zombie was still shambling after the cow and Dale walked out.
Right.
I think that's what happened.
We're gonna say that. That's right.
Okay, now we're doing emails about last night's episode.
And this first one comes from Megan.
Who's in Pennsylvania?
Oh, hey, Shirley. Hey, Megan. I'm gonna be in Pittsburgh in July.
Megan and Northern Forest sometimes.
Megan and Forrest, do you have any revelations for what you do in Pittsburgh? Let me know. Megan and Forrest, new from top 5. Number 5. Forrest was glad to see T-Dog have some effing lines, and Daryl out of his funk and being part of the team again. Oh my god, so great to see Daryl do his thing. Great. 4. Evans is feeling that with the exception of Dale, who took the lead, took led the brain cannon. It now appears that anyone who dies turns into a walker, even if they haven't been bitten. This is the case. Why are all those people saying cars on the highway riding corpses instead of shambling zombies? And what killed those people anyway?
Oil brains.
Oil brains. You've heard it from Kurt. 3. Megan was glad to see the characters discussing how challenging environmental conditions the stream and the swamp drying up imperiled the farm population. A little well-timed exposition goes a long way. Yeah, agreed. 2. I guess we know that Randall killers were right. Randall's comments to Shane about how he would endure all the crazy stuff that goes on in his alpha male psycho group confirmed that any non-lethal method of Randall disposal was ultimately a dangerous idea. So really, maybe people are referring to crazy
Yeah,
stuff.
he did his party.
Yeah, like crazy charades. We both really like the camera shots and the music during the final confrontation between Rick and Shane. The two figures slowly down the hill, circling each other with a wacky color saturation on the grass in the next sky was instantly iconic image. The zombie turn moving at the end featured a remix of the opening theme that ramped up the adrenaline. The show really knows where to put the music and when to use just locusts, rustling leaves, or silence.
Yeah.
By the way,
As we said.
yeah, really nice. I was watching the Talking Dead last night, and one of the things they mentioned was that during the filming of some of those woods scenes, there were howling coyotes. Do you hear any howling coyotes? Not that you were there.
Was Lauren Cohen on the show?
Yeah.
She's hot.
Oh my god. Again, Glenn. My writers for Glenn. Come on, be real.
Okay, this is from Krista. Top 5. 5. Awesome cinematography. There were several beautifully shot scenes in this episode. I love the silhouette of Rick and Carl in the hayloft. Rick and Shane in the field of the moon behind them was another stand. Yep. Number 4. Finally, proof that everyone is infected. Doesn't matter how you die. The world just became even scarier than it already was. Now if a sick child dies of fever in the night, he may wake up and snap on his mother, sleeping goodbye. Or if a grandpa dies peacefully in his sleep, he's gonna reanimate and eat grandma. And by the way, that old folks home in the land where the vatos are hanging out is now officially the scariest city. On the bright side, burial rights just became a lot more interesting. When necessity after your loved ones die, the first thing you have to do is inflict some sort of traumatic brain injury. Yep. Now everything did that in 5.
I know, yeah, they had a head box early.
Now every deathbed visual will need to include bringing your loved ones life. Fuck the whole thing. Number 3. Moments of humaneness and honesty. Shane and Lori scene was nicely done. I'm not a fan of either character, but both of those actors do great work, and it felt like an honest moment between those two characters. Although I'm not sure how to reconcile Lori's comments to Shane this episode and her Lady Macbeth routine a few weeks ago. I think that the Lady Macbeth routine came about because she had those lines, and when she said them like she normally does, say every line, they thought, now we've heard this, so try whispering it. She was like, ooh, that's
That's
good.
good.
Get behind him, whisper in his ear. So, yeah. She said, I also love it when Rick told Carl that he wished Carl could have his childhood, but that it wasn't going to happen. It was very sad and very honest. But that leads to the following question. 2. Why does everyone keep trying to get Carl Dale's gun? For Shane and Rick. I mean, man clearly realizes that his gun is gone. He even mentioned to wanted to be sure where she could find it. Rick and Shane are both cops, so they should be familiar with the concept that stealing is wrong. Even in the apocalypse of biblical portions, it seems bad for them to give millions away without his permission. Just saying. Yeah, I agree. They should ask. Number 1, Carl/Rick/Walker Shane. My son actually tried to high-five the TV when Carl took down Walker Shane. I kind of wanted to high-five the TV too. Love the cast. Never fails to entertain me during the week. I hope you guys do a podcast for no show during the Walking Dead hiatus. Other people have asked us to do like another show, like American Horror Story or whatever, but I kind of don't want to just do one thing. I like how we jump around. Yeah, maybe we'll do one from that show. Yeah,
We'll do True Blood. We'll do American
so
Horror
our heart belongs to The Walking Dead.
Story. Brains. This next one comes from Ty. Since Rick didn't seem to foresee Shane coming back as a zombie, does this mean we can rule out that Jenner told him you don't need to be infected? Are we going to find out what Jenner said now? It would frame the season nicely since it started with Rick almost broadcasting to Morgan what Jenner said. Yeah, that's a really good point. But I don't think he was too distracted by his kid pointing his gun at him. I think that was the biggest threat at that moment. And so I think he was thinking that was Shane may come back, but now my kid is trying to kill me.
Yeah, although Shane was pretty loud.
Yeah, he was.
This is from Karan. I have 3 things to say this week. 1, did anyone else notice Shane sounded like a walker throughout the episode? Kept doing this growling, whiny thing when he was in emotional turmoil, or whatever the post-apocalyptic Shane version is of emotions and turmoil. Examples: when he ran loose and when he ran his own face into a tree. But point is, his humanity, or whatever the post-apocalyptic Shane version is of humanity, was on empty a long time ago. It was only a matter of time. Number 3, nice shot, kid. Psycho killer Carl was a good 15-20 feet away from Shane and managed a perfect headshot on the first try. Nice.
Yeah, that's
cool. Number 3, Night of the Living Dead. Herschel, quote, I'm gonna pack up some supplies so we can get trapped in the basement. Come on, dude. This is a place where Night of the Living Dead doesn't exist, but even 12-year-old me watching it for the first time knew that was a wrong turn. Feel free to debate me on this, but especially if you're alone with your group and there's no chance of receiving outside help or the radiation in the sky suddenly being shut off. It doesn't seem a wise choice. It's not like the walkers are just gonna get bored and walk away. What else do they have going on? Also, the final shot of the wall of zombies coming over the hill, the word epic is where we use these days, but epic, seriously. Did he say that? I don't remember.
I don't think he said that exactly, but maybe he alluded to, hey, listen, I got some supplies inside. Yeah, thanks, Ryan. That's great. Sniffles from Joshua. Okay, that episode creepy as hell. Creepy Carl was pointing the gun at his own father for quite some time, beginning to think that maybe the virus actually has some effect on living human mentality. Look at Shane was acting in the last few months on the show, smacking himself in the head. It's like the virus is actually pushing him to go crazy, so someone will kill him. Yeah, in a way, he almost seemed like he's trying to get killed by cop, you know?
But I don't think that's what's going on because I think this is about what stressful situations do to normal people rather than what people infected with some crazy virus will do.
Right.
Interesting idea, though. This one's from Gary. Love the show, especially the fact that you guys do not recap entire episodes.
I like that.
Thanks. That's zombie kill. Love the pitch fork through the chin. Totally. Recently, I watched various attack episodes. No, not attack episodes. and noticed that suddenly Carl is a snake. Almost always saying one thing but doing another when his parents aren't watching. Little snake. That's just what little kids do. Randall was totally a snake as well, but his character arc as well as his neck went snap. How is it John Bernthal gives post-episode commentary with a full head of hair in the episode? He still has a shaved head. Was he on?
No.
Oh, I don't know if he did. It's because they filmed that months ago. That's why. I think Daryl will now become the second in command now that Shane is gone. I think Herschel's kind of second in command. He's like, me and Rick this, me and Rick that.
Yeah, no, I think it's gonna be Daryl. I'm hoping it's Daryl.
Let's say Daryl wanted to do something when Herschel wanted to do another. I guess, yeah, maybe Daryl would take precedent. I don't know.
Daryl's other wings. This next one's from Rick. Finally, that asshole Shane is dead. Thank God, and Greyhound, he's gone. Damn. I don't either. Thanks for writing.
Rick Grimes. This one's from Paul. Top 5. The Broken. The scene began with the group before we got to check the perimeter and kill some zombies. So it's hard to tell how much their anger was fueled by Dale's death and how much it was fueled by frustration with Rick's leadership. Or maybe I was imagining that last bit. I think so. I think they're happy with Rick right now. But anyway, I love the way they edited the scenes of violence with the scenes of Dale's funeral.
Yep.
Yeah. For the escape, Shane and Randall were walking through the woods. Every time Shane turned around to check witnesses, I expected Randall to attack Shane. I really like the way the violence happened off camera.
Yeah, very
Hitchcock. Oh, and tree 1, Shane 0. Number 3, the hunt. I like how Daryl questioned Shane on his story about how Randall got the jump on him. I don't think I would believe him either. When we saw Randall as a zombie, it validated the suspicion that you don't need to be bit to turn. Plus, when Glenn for the kill, yes, he's over for your dying, not being Maggie that paralyzed him earlier. Someone else in her room. Number 2, the betrayal. You're gonna have to shoot an unarmed man, unarmed except for his knife. Who's the better father now, huh, Shane? What if that Rick would have known Shane was going to turn? Yeah, he wasn't thinking. Love the flashed images of zombies as Shane turned. And I thought about this too. That was the same thing they did with Jim when Jim was turning. Remember?
Yeah, I liked it.
Yes, Randall was right. They are on the same side now. And number 1, the redemption. No more kids of Carl. I would imagine that Rick's childhood didn't include shooting zombies in the head and faces. Look kind of grim there for a moment with Carl drawing down on Rick, and the end Rick was lucky they were on the same side.
Yeah, he was. Because kid's a good shot. Wow, that's amazing. Thanks, Paul. This is from Mike from Colorado. Here is my top 5 short and sweet lifeline. My wife wanted me to say that. 5. Tina getting some love from the script. 4. John Bernthal was brilliant as we watched Shane go batshit crazy. Number 3, Daryl badass as ever. And there's zombie autopsy in the dark this time. And the shit look on his face when he realized what happened. 2, Glenn is back saving Daryl and getting RV and getting his swagger back. Now go get your woman. And number 1, the rest went away for Carl to shoot Shane without actually killing him. Such a pivotal moment for Carl in the books. Now he has had it in the show. Yeah, it was pivotal in the books. You're absolutely right. Thank you. Mike. Oh, sorry. Honorable mentions the upcoming horde. Time for the far now as the writers explain the upcoming horde without too much exposition. Winter is coming. Thanks, guys. Great podcast. Thank you, Mike.
Okay, a couple more here. This one's from Stuart. Here's my top 5. Number 5. Daryl and Glenn tracking Randall. Well, okay, Daryl tracking and Glenn manning the flashlight. I like how Daryl pieced together the flaws in Shane's bogus story. I half expected to see a bolt from Daryl's crossbow go through Shane's head just as he was getting ready to shoot Rick. I did too. I'm so glad that didn't happen.
Yes, I agree.
Number 4, the perceived standoff between Rick and Carl just before Carl took down Walker Shane with a sweet headshot. I think the fact that Rick believed Carl was aiming for him really showed that Rick had not come to terms with what he'd just been forced to do. Except we pointed out that Shane hadn't got up yet, so I think Carl was actually aiming at Rick.
Yeah, I'll watch that again.
Yeah. Number 3, Shane's death scene was extremely well written and executed. I think it was quite poignant that they had Rick grab and stab Shane rather than shooting point blank, and when Shane touched Rick's face as he was dying. It gave the moment a real intimate quality that underscored the tragedy that was playing out. Very Shakespearean. They should have Shane like whisper something in Rick's ear right before he died.
Oh yeah, we never know. Yeah, that'd be great.
Number 2, the full-on Walker smackdown in the opening scene. Nothing like the Lord of Top War violence. I especially enjoyed Andrew's upstairs pitchfork through the jaw. Greg and Daryl and Screw have some mad skills. Number 1, I know what the final scene seems to be setting up for the big season finale. A horde of walkers acting in an isolated farmhouse with a group of survivors trapped inside. There's something vaguely familiar about that scenario. So stoked for the finale. Oh, and I finally watched Puppy Bowl. It was different. I'll give it that.
Thanks, Stuart.
All right, we've got 4 calls. Let's get started. Here's Max.
Hey, this is Max from Kansas. I just want to give you my top 5 in this episode, but for saying that I'm one of the people who's really disappointed about the Gary Dale. You know, I thought I was going to see the fans, and I don't know, when we look back on Walking Dead comics, you always think Dale and RB and not every interview. Anyway, the top 5. Number 5, I'd say with the Andrea and Glenn conversation, it was really nice to see Andrea not be a total bitch, I guess if you would. And Glenn really showing that Dale is a biggest woman, showing that Dale's knowledge really good on Glenn. Number 4, I'd say Herschel. Overall, Herschel, I really like the things together. I like that how in the comics, he's kind of against Rick, against the whole violence thing, but in this he's a player. He's getting off his bed for pregnant Lori, and Rick was just such a selfless thing to do after this guy was total whiny. I just really like him. I think he's really interesting in the future to keep him around. Number 3, I'm going to say it's Carl. I like to see that he's not a total jerk from the last episode. He's really worried that if he keeps on his way, it's really not going to turn out well for Carl, and they're kind of developing him to be harsh really too fast. I like to see that the events of last episode had a profound effect on him, and he's more looking out for the group now when it comes to the end going out to aid his dad and Randall. He wants to redeem himself, and that's not Carl we all want to see. Number 2, it's the cinematography. That ending scene, throughout the woods. And, there was never, because of the imagery, I've never felt more tense in my entire watching the show in both the seasons and any episodes. It was beautiful. And the last scene, the fog and everything, and the natural fogs, bits of that, and he's like, no, I really got. And number 1 has to be Shane. Bernthal, that is. He really knocked it out of the park, making himself look like a zombie throughout this episode. It's foreshadowing. I thought it was great. He did a wonderful job. Stick coming from the mouth, nothing open, the eyes. He just looked great throughout this episode, and his acting was awesome. I hated the character. Everyone loved Shane, but letting him go, and I don't think he could have done a better job in this. I just thought that Shane did a great job, and I've never felt more tension in the last episode, and we really thank Shane for that. So overall, looking forward to the finale, and even though Nancy blew this one, I'm really happy to see what came out of it. Bye, brains. Booyah.
Thanks, Max. Okay, let's move on to Michael.
Hi, Mike. This is Michael from the British Podcast. Just calling in to give you my top 5 for this week. Number 5, Tino finally gets a line that Bernard didn't do. They weren't actually good lines, they're memorable lines, so that's a start. Number 4, just one more, pitchfork. Number 3, speaking of brains, Daryl has some. This is the second week in a row that we see Daryl sort of step up a bit. He's shows playing some intelligence and doing a great job of piecing together Shane bullshit. So Joe Writer, Romero, has been a road many times. It's strange that Daryl's turning out to have all leadership qualities we've been annoying in Rick and Shane. It's not really what I wanted, it seems like a shitty thing. Number 2,
Two words, ear necklace.
Yeah, I think he has some great qualities, but to be a leader, you have to be able to keep people together and have more of a vision of the whole group. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if he has all those qualities.
Yeah.
Who knows?
To go with the movement face off, which is very rare on a TV show. I noticed how beautifully the shot is, and simply the image of Shane and Rick on the rise of the hill with the race guy and the moon in the back is an absolutely gorgeous shot. And of course, number one, the first for many people this week would have to be Zonathon at the very end. The zombies march on the farm. I was doing this friendly. Moving on from that location, something that most of the rest of us will do somewhere around episode 4 of season 2. So that's my 2 cents, or 5 cents, I guess. Have a good day. Have a good day.
You too, Michael.
I agree. I think with this pace of storytelling lately, maybe they could have gotten off the farm in episode 7 or
Yeah.
some earlier for sure.
Well, it sounds like they're gonna get off the farm
Yeah,
now.
seems like they're- Okay, 2 more calls. This is from Josh.
Hello? Yeah, I want to do, this is my Josh. I want to do my zombie sound, just real show. I've been out a couple times, but anyway, here it goes. Anywho, yeah. I enjoy listening to y'all podcast. And what's up with Ricky Doobug? What the fuck? That's just like a, thanks, anyway. Bye.
Really? That's what's
That sounded like the Cookie Monster, but I'm glad you followed
you
it.
notice that he also got a brain in there. He was very, yeah, exactly.
Okay, one more. This is from our favorite 14-year-old exclusive specialist, Freddie.
Hi, this is Bradley. I was just calling for a couple things. One, did you guys notice that actually Jeffrey DeMunn's name was still on the title page for the Walking Dead, and I guess it's pretty dead body there or something. And then also, it's kind of weird how Shane is all died in this episode. I mean, in September there was some kind of teaser episode there, and it was Shane running down the road. He turns around, fires a shotgun a couple times, goes walking the dress over his dude place. But I don't think it's a good place to the show. Like, I never saw it. I know the picture of me and Shane carrying a sheriff bag running through a bunch of zombies. But anyway, you guys know how he's doing. It's going great. I used to be going the other day, looking at the other together, and because I thought contest.
Ooh, a little flare.
Thank you.
A flare at the end.
That was a good one.
Yeah, really ready.
They didn't leave people's names in the credits on shows sometimes. Like, Airbot's name's still on there too.
Is it? I didn't notice it.
Yeah, I don't think it's because like, oh, his dead body's off in the corner.
No, yeah. He's on a pallet.
Yeah, what was the other thing you asked?
He told us his movie's going well.
His movie's going
Yay,
well.
movie
About Shane. So yeah, they shot some footage early on where it was like gonna be the first thing you see, where they I think leave the CDC and Shane gets flat tire. There was a sequence there, and I think they showed bits of it in teasers, but they never
Extras.
did anything.
Yeah.
So I guess it's kind of cool that actually functioned of helping you think that Shane would live, because then you got that good surprise.
Think about
Thanks for calling,
Don't get exploded.
one more thing. This is a tweet. This guy Brad predicted that Carl would kill Shane, and he tweeted that to us. And I said, if Carl did kill Shane, I do a haiku about it. And he writes, does that count as calling it? Is haiku in order? And I said, for Carl to kill Shane, Shane would have to be alive. You get no haiku. But that actually was a haiku. I just said. So he's already got it. Then let's move on to next week on The Walking Dead.
Next week is the season 2 finale, episode 13, Beside the Dying Fire. I like that title a lot. The AMC description is Rick and Carl find the farm debris. The group is split up in the chaos. Rick's leadership is questioned, and that's it. That was the entire description. It's written by Robert Kirkman Glenn Lazar, and it's directed by Ernest Dickerson.
Can't wait.
Can't
Still been watching
wait.
from the frame. Okay, ready to close out the
I
show?
am.
All right, that's our show, episode 59. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Next episode, it looks like we're going to finally get the answer of what Jenner whispered to Rick, and then we'll announce a winner or finally announce a winner for our LiveScribe Smart Pen contest for people who don't know what that is, because we started it so long ago. This listener of ours, Maddie, who hopefully is still listening, donated the Smart Pen from his company LiveScribe. It does all kinds of cool stuff, like when you're writing it records so that if you have that part of the page, it'll play back audio recording for lectures and things, and it does even put applications on it, so like if you draw a piano and then you start pressing on keys, it'll play the notes,
really cool.
things like that. So anyways, the deadline to answer that was like months ago, so you can't answer, but
Sorry,
we'll see who wins next week. And we've got some awesome zombie sound entries to our new zombie sound contest wins.
Posters.
Yeah, getting little posters. You have until midnight next Sunday of the finale to get yours in, so if you want to win these posters, submit.
His Glenn Lazar, since he does obviously eligible.
You win anyways.
Good one. Hello. This is Mellow Zombie Sound.
In the meantime, if you'd like to leave us a message, you can call us at 650-485-DEAD. That's 650-485-5233.
You can email us at ring.com.
You can check out our website and comments at walkingdeadcast.com.
We're also on Twitter, Facebook, and Facebook at facebook.com/deadcast.
All right, that's our show.
Thanks for listening.
Don't
Don't
get
get
bit.
bit.
Hi, it's Glenn Lazar, and you're listening to the Walking Dead cast.